Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Sinan from sinBAD Paints. This is only our second video, so thank you so much to everyone who watched the first one and decided to come back for more hobby goodness. Today we are continuing with Cato Sicarius. Before we touch any paint, I always like to get the base sorted out. Games Workshop already provided us with a small base, but I wanted to add further texture. For this one, I'm using white glue, some texture materials that I bought from my local hobby shop, and some original dirt from my backyard. For this time, I have some parts I sub-assembled, which will help me a lot while I paint the model. I always use black primer for all of my models, and this one is no different. If weather conditions allow, I prefer to use rattle cans and spray my models outside. But today, I have to stick with my Royal airbrush and Vallejo black primer. Don't forget, do your airbrush in a well-ventilated area and wear gloves and mask. Safety comes first. Next, let me quickly introduce you one of my top tools in my painting arsenal. Here's my wet palette. If you want to make it yourself, there are tons of tutorials on YouTube, so help yourself. In my case, I'm using Green Stuff World's wet palette. Not sponsored, by the way. For brushes, especially for this kind of small model, my go-to size are size 2, size 0, and size 00 for really small details such as eyes. Let's jump into the armor, probably the most iconic part of any Ultramarine model. I'm using Stadel's Macrac Blue as my main base color for the armor. I'm making sure to keep the paint even and letting the recesses stay darker. Cato Sicarius has lots of crisp armor panels, so taking your time on the stage really pays off later when we add highlights and details. Once we got a solid, clean coverage, we are ready to move into shading. Next up, the face. No matter how small it is, this is where the miniature really starts to show character. As the model comes with two hat options, I wanted to paint both hats and select which one suits the model best once finished. All the colors that I used for the skin are from Citadel. In order, base color is Bugman's Glow, first layer is Cadian Flesh Tone, and final highlights is Isla Flesh. It might be a bit time consuming, but I wouldn't recommend to rush it. A well-painted face always draws the viewer's attention. And this is how two heads are looking in close-up. Now, for one of my favorite parts, edge highlighting. Yes, you heard me well, my favorite part. This is what really makes an ultramarine armor shine, figuratively and literally. Using a bright, clean blue, I'm carefully running my brush along the sharpest edges. For this, I mix iced yellow into the original base color. Portion would be around 30 to 7%. Take your time. Look for natural light catching lines and try to keep your hand as steady as possible. Little controlled strokes are better than trying to do long lines in one go. You can always make mistakes, but you can't correct them by going back and forward with your paint on your wet palette, so don't worry about it. It is the best part, which requires maximum time and effort. However, trust me on this, it gives a good definition on the model, especially for a Space Marine armor. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like and consider subscribing to follow the growth of the channel. More heroes, more painting guides, and more Warhammer goodness are on the way. And there we go. We have built the base, painted the armor, gave those face some life, and sharpened up all those edges. For the final part, we will paint all the details on the model, paint the base, and then call it done. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.